Wanna make love on the moon, dancing to my tunes. Is it too much? It's not too much. I wanna be on Forbes list if wishes were horses. Is it too much? It's not too much. If I want money, me, I do what dance I practice. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my ishodo, I'ma buy my ifoya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody, yeah. But I don't know, Lori Mejo, Lori Mejo, oh, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah. I wanna wake up in a Lamborghini. I want to fly for Santorini, make bonito Sicily. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I want money, me, I do what dance I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my ishodo, I'ma buy my ifoya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah, yeah. Yala, yeah, anybody, anybody, yeah. I did do go, Lori Mejo, Lori Mejo, oh, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, billionaire, billionaire.
Good morning. It's such an exciting Tuesday, and we're here on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. It's another exciting edition of Consumer Voice. Consumer Voice is here. My name is Oluyemi Omitola. I know you're enjoying your day, and it's such a very awesome day. We're looking forward to great, weeks ahead. Today, we're going to be discussing something very remarkable, something very interesting. If you run a business or you are in the process of starting a business, it's important for you to know that registration of your business is very critical. I mean, it confers on you a lot of opportunities, a lot of advantages. What I mean is that if you operate a business that has been registered under CAC, it gives you some kind of benefits, compared to a business that is not registered. Now, in Nigeria, it's been a very, very, Herculean task to get business registered over the years. But recently, the process has shifted, and it's becoming somehow a bit easier. Quite a lot of entrepreneurs are setting up businesses, and some of them are seeing the reason why they need to do business registration. So if you are within business sector, please come closer and listen to what we're going to talk about, because today you will learn quite a lot. It's going to make the journey much easier for you. To discuss this topic today, we have somebody in the house, quite a remarkable young lady. It's a corporate and business lawyer, and she's been doing it for some time, helping people to develop registration process when it comes to business. Okay, different kind of organization. If she even does NGO for people, registering NGO for people. Her name is Barrister Nifemi Ajibade. Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
How's it been? How's it been? Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, you're welcome to Consumer Voice. Now, we're looking at business registration in Nigeria, matter arising, okay? Because there are quite a lot of things that are surround business registration. Now, for the benefit of those who have no clue about what we're talking about, what exactly is business registration?
Business registration, it's a process of giving your business an identity. It's just like naming a child. It's a newborn and it needs to be identified with a particular name. So that is just what a business name registration implies.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite interesting. It's part of your identity making for a business. One important thing I also want to find out, why is it necessary to register a business?
Registration is very important, just as I said earlier, that an identity is very important. And then registering gives you lots of opportunities, like having a bank account registered, carrying that particular name. And then it gives you opportunity to explore other options like loan, like even the tax identification number, you have it, and it helps you to run your business smoothly without any issue. And that's the main reason why a business is registered.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. It gives you a lot of advantages. You can actually get loan. You can, the tax issue is also solved when you register your business. In fact, right now, talking about that tax, barrister, I want to find out. A lot of people believe that when I register a company and I need to do tax identification, they need to give me tax identification. Yes. So they go to FIRS or and they get their TIN number. Okay, as you normally say. But what I want to find out is this: what if you don't pay tax? You start a business and you register the business, you don't pay tax. What's the implication?
You know that the number is actually an identifiable number. It's attached to your business. So either you pay now, or you do not pay, or you pay tomorrow, or you do not pay at all. At some point, you still be tracked or monitored, because at some point you will need to do one or two things, which will require the tax identification number or tax certificate.
Okay.
And on getting to the FIRS portal, it is easily tracked, and they'll be able to see that, oh, this guy has not been paying for so number of years and that. Okay. So you cannot avoid the payment of tax.
Okay. You can't run away eventually. That's quite interesting. So, barrister, what categories of business can be registered?
Okay, we have the business name. We have company, we have non-governmental organizations, we have churches registration and mosque, and associations, and just to mention a few. So anything that just has an identity or that can be attached to a business or to an association or a non-governmental organization must be registered, because it needs to have an identity.
That's quite interesting. If you're going to register a business, okay, and because I want to ask this question because of questions that people have raised, okay. Some people have said that you better start with enterprise, not limited liability, because there's quite a lot of expectation when it comes to limited liability, even tax and things like that. That's okay, fine. Let me do enterprise, let me do venture, don't let me do limited liability, okay? And they know that it's quite very expensive to do limited liability compared to when you're doing venture or enterprise. I actually want to find out what's the advantage between what's the difference between registering an enterprise and a corporate liability limited or limited company. So what are the advantages that actually derive from the two?
Okay, I would say both business registrations are authentic and they are good. It depends on what you want. For a business name, it's usually for enterprise, ventures, sole proprietorship, businesses, partnerships, and the likes. For company, it's more broad, because when you're talking about company, you're talking about the shareholders, you're talking about the directors, and then you have company secretary. The setting is actually broader than that of the business name. And for the business name, the advantage you have, the difference between business name and the company name is that company registration is that for a business name, once you register as a business name owner, then you do not have perpetual succession.
Okay.
In the case where the owner of the business dies, it means there's a probability that the business is going to die. But when you're talking about a company, you have perpetual succession. It means that when a director dies, or a shareholder dies, it doesn't affect the business. The business runs on its own. And then the identity, it has different, they have separate legal personality. When you're talking about the business name registration, for the business owner, the business owner and the business are the same. It's just like having an alias.
Okay.
It's just like saying Tolu and Co. So it doesn't differentiate the owner from the business, and that's why when sued, it can be sued, and it can be like the owner can also be sued along with the side of the business. While for company registration, it has a separate legal personality. So the business can be sued on its own without dragging in the directors. However, when there's a situation of fraud, then we can lift the veil to know who the directors of the companies are.
Okay.
So those are the differences.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that insight. Okay. If you do, I don't know whether it's true. If you register venture or enterprise, I was told that the amounts of business or money you can get from that business, or the kind of contract, there's a limit to the kind of business you can do compared to when you operate as a limited company, corporate company. So, is it true?
Yes, it's true. The business, just as I said, business name is the setting is smaller. It's not really broad. It's not something that is separate from the individual running it. So because of the kind of business it is, it's qualified as a small business. So it may not be able to reach that bar of the level where the company can actually reach, and just like having foreign trades and all, the business name might not be able to do it. So, however, having a business name it's not an end to your business. You can actually convert to a company once you have the opportunity to do that. So
that means along the line, if you discover that you are building, the business is getting bigger or big, so to speak, and the cost of opportunity is getting large, so you can actually upgrade to limited.
Yes, you can upgrade.
There's a provision for that.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I want to find out also, now in Nigeria, quite a lot of people, especially young people, want to get into business, ecosystem. They want to register companies, they want to register a business, because they discover that, there's limit to what I can do if I don't operate as business. For example, a photographer, probably a graphic designer who used to operate within his, in his house, in his room, and he just come up to discover that he needs to do what? He needs to come up with a business, identity. He now decided, fine, in order to really have a, what you call legal entity status, I need to do what? I need to go and register. And a lot of them keep complaining that the process is cumbersome, it's taking longer time, blah, 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 blah. So as an expert who have done that for people, what would you say about that?
I would say at the moment the process is easier and it's faster and better than before. I think CAC has really worked on the website and now on their portal, and it has given access to people, even individuals, to actually register their businesses on their own. That's when it comes to the business name. I would always advise my clients to consult an expert when it comes to registration of companies, when it comes to registration of NGO and others, because there are some things that needs to be drafted. There are some things there's a way. You see, so many people have issues with the registration. You see people adjusting their memorandum of association due to the words that was used. This person did not add this. But if you actually consult an expert, then you will be able to have what you need to have in the document, and then you will not be limited by what you know as a layman. So that is what's there. So as I was saying, the process is easier now. All you need to do is to go to the portal, carry out a public search. Once you search through the portal that the name you are you want to use has not been used by somebody else, then you can now try you can apply for a reservation of name with CAC, and in a week you should be able to run through the process and obtain your certificate. After doing that, once the name is approved, then you impute your details, your contact details, the business place of business, your signature, your passport, and all. You upload it, and before you know it, after making payments, in 2, 3, 4 days, your certificate is out, and you'll be able to use the certificate.
Okay, great. That's quite a very interesting one. You mentioned, while you're talking, you mentioned something around getting accredited agents to help you to do it. Oh, okay. Who is an accredited agent?
Okay, an accredited agent is someone who is registered with CSC. It could be an accountant, it could be a lawyer, and I think some other professions I can't really remember at the moment also do that.
Okay. So you might be a lawyer, you might be an accountant, you might not be an accredited agent.
Yes, not all lawyers are accredited, and not all accountants are accredited
to undertake business registration.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now let's go back to this business registration, different kind of business that you can register. You mentioned something around NGO.
Yes.
Quite a lot of people are passionate about social issues. Okay, quite a lot of people are passionate about advocacy, intervention. That's what they want to do with their life. I always call it their own business, so to speak. They are not for profit making, but the truth of the matter is it's another dimension in this part of the world. Even while you are taking care of social issues, you want to ensure that, of course, you're able to put food on your table. Okay, so for those who want to do NGO, why is it so difficult? Why is it so challenging? I don't know. I know quite a lot of people who want to do NGO, they want to register NGO, and they keep complaining that the process is cumbersome. Why is it like that?
Okay, an NGO registration is different from a company or business name registration, in the sense that the procedure is more cumbersome. Let me put it that way. I wouldn't even say it's cumbersome. I just feel it's the Corporate Affairs Commission actually needs some more information than that of the company, and this is where the publication part comes in. For people to know that, okay, these are the faces behind the NGO. Are they trustworthy? Are they people that we can actually approve their registration and all? So for CSA, the fee is actually more than that of the company, and then the process involved is more. You have to publish in 2 national dailies, and you know what that means.
You have to publish.
Yes, you know what that means, and you have to. You need a common seal for the NGO.
What's that?
Common seal is like it's like a stamp. It's
yeah. It's not like a stamp.
It's in higher form where it's impressed on the document.
Okay.
So you have the process is actually more than that of and then you need a constitution, you need a memorandum of association, an article of association, and you cannot. Sorry, you need a constitution, and you cannot draft the constitution alone. You need a lawyer. You need somebody yourself. Sorry, you need somebody to put you through. You need a lawyer to help you vet, to be sure that what you are actually submitting to CAC is not going to indict you. It's something that is going to be approved, so that you have to be queried all over over and over again. So that is why NGO is more complex than the
ordinary business. Okay. Because why I'm keen about that is this. Somebody was telling me some few months ago that they asked him to submit 5 names of the board members or something like that.
You need board members. You need board members, and you need company secretary. Wow. You need a chairman, you need a secretary, and then you need board of trustees, not board of directors now.
Now board of trustees. What's the function of those board of?
They're the ones that sit. They're the ones that they're like the board of directors. Setting. They're the ones that sit and make decisions about the
NGO. Okay. That's good. So, if I actually want to do, let me actually, for the benefit of those who are listening to us. So if I want to do business enterprise, business venture, what document do I need?
Okay, for business registration, that's for venture, enterprise, so directorship and partnership, you would need a passport photograph, you will need a place of business, you will need your means of identification, you would also need your e-signature because it has to be uploaded on the portal, and then you make payments.
You make payments. Okay, what about company? If I want to register, what
For
are
a
the...
company, you will need your directors. It could be one person with more than
Okay, one person can
Yes.
actually do limited.
Yes. It
Okay.
could be more than one person, and then you need the contact address of all of them, the names, the full name, the means of identification, the passport. You need a signature as well,
Okay.
and then you need to have it. Okay, though having a secretary is actually optional.
Okay.
But for bigger companies, you must have a company secretary.
Okay. Okay.
And then you make payments.
You make payment. That's quite important. The board of directors within the setting of a limited company. You said only one person can be. So what
Yes,
yeah.
only one person.
So it's but they keep talking about allocation of shares. I actually want to find out what's that allocation
It
shares.
depends on where you have more than one person.
Okay.
Then shares differs. It depends on the business. There's some
Okay.
businesses that you must have more than 1,000,000 shares.
Okay.
Some you have up to 40 million shares. Some
Wow.
will even say you must have 100 million shares. So it
Okay.
depends. So in a situation where you have bigger shares, it's better you have partners.
Okay.
You can also share you can share the shares with. For instance, you have 1,000,000 shares, and you have a partner. You can
Okay.
decide to share either 70-30 or 50-50 or
Okay.
20-80. Depends on your agreement.
Okay.
So that's-
Okay, thank you. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we still have Barrister Nifemi Ajibade in the house. We're still going to continue our conversation. Don't go away.
Ohun tí mo ti wá látijọ́ ọjọ́ ìwà, bàbá bá mi ṣe wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ló bá mi ṣe ṣòmọ́. Ayé ò fẹ́ o, ayé ò fẹ́, ayé ò fẹ́ ká gbẹrù ká sọ, ayé ò fẹ́. Orí ẹni ní bá ní gbẹrù ńlá dórí. Ayé ò fẹ́, ayé ò fẹ́, ayé ò fẹ́ ṣọmọ. Ayé ò fẹ́, 'cause they're waiting on you, they're waiting on you to fall, they're waiting for you, eh? They're waiting on you to die. Just don't give up, don't give up. Just stay strong, eh? Wẹ́rẹ́ ló máa bá ẹ ṣe ṣòmọ́. Wẹ́rẹ́ ló bá mi ṣe ṣòmọ́. Wẹ́rẹ́ ló bá mi ṣe ṣòmọ́. Ohun tí mo ti wá látijọ́ ọjọ́ ìwà, bàbá bá mi ṣe. Wẹ́rẹ́ ló bá mi ṣe ṣòmọ́. Don't look back, my brother. Do your best, my sister. When you run, make sure.
Well, you're welcome back. It's still Consumer Voice on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Okay, we've been talking about business registration in Nigeria, matter arising, and Barrister Nifemi Ajibade has been doing a lot of justice to that topic. Barrister, welcome back. So, yes, I actually also want to find out how would you, CAC, that's Corporate Affairs Commission. I know that as a government parastatal, they're also, affected by some certain things within the government bureaucracy, so to speak. How would you've been doing things with them? I mean, registering business on behalf of your clients. How would you rate their performance in terms of speed right now and speed, especially speed and convenience of actually getting business registered?
Okay, let me rate them over 10. I would say they really tried in the past few months. I would rate them. Yes, I would rate them 7 over 10.
7 over 10.
Yes.
Okay, why 7 over 10?
Because the process is easier now and it's faster.
Okay.
Yes, and the portal no longer gives us issues because as last year it was really a serious one where certificates were delayed, registrations weren't approved on time. But for now, I think they are doing better, but they can do better.
They can still do better.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's quite encouraging. Also, I actually want to also know. Now, I'm not expecting you to discuss cost of running, getting business registered. But if I want to register, let's say, you give me the 2 dimensions, which is actually popular in this part of the world. Registering a business name, and registering a company. What price range do you think I should prepare? I'm not saying specifically, okay? What do you think it will cost a young man who is just coming up? It's a graphic designer, he's a photographer, he wants to do business registration. So what range should they be thinking of? Is it 1 million? Is it 500? Is it 250,000 to 500? So
okay, for a business name, the guy or the lady should be looking at between let's say 12,000 naira to 25,000 naira. It depends on the person registering it.
okay.
For a company, the person should be looking at 50, 45 to let's say 45 to 70, 75. It depends on the
Okay, depends. Okay, that's quite very. Don't let's say very affordable, but it's reasonable, so to speak. Okay. Now I want to ask you this because quite a lot of people have been duped. Okay, I know a couple of friends in Lagos who were duped by a lawyer. Okay, who actually wanted them to, who was undertaking registration for them. How can a potential business owner avoid being duped?
Okay, are you sure the person is a lawyer?
Well, I was told. Well, I don't know the
because
person.
so many people register companies. So many people.
Okay.
You go out to see people calling. Okay, it's just like affidavit. You go out to see people calling you. Okay, do you want to register? Do you want to draft an affidavit? Do you want... So it's actually not restricted to lawyers.
Okay.
So you're not sure if it's actually a lawyer that did that.
Okay.
Okay, let's
put that on the side.
But I would say that to avoid that, it's better you approach somebody that is accredited.
Okay.
Yes, you should ask the person questions. How many have you done? It's just like going to what's it called? Going to a caterer coming to you, and then you're asking the person how many parties have you cooked for? How many? So you should be able to question the person, carry out your due diligence before paying such a person.
Then how do I get to know an accredited person? Do I have to ask for a document? Do they give them a document or probably a certificate or a license?
If the person has registered before, the person's name will be on the document.
Oh, as an accredited.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely. We're gonna open the line, and we get our listeners to participate in this conversation, ask questions or make clarifications. Okay. Now, you can call 09022809257. 09022809257. You can also call 09161047698. 09161047698. You can also call 0811 052 6487. 0811 052 6487. You can call in to ask questions or to actually contribute to this conversation. Barrister, now I want to believe that people do have different. We have a call. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello. I think we lose that call. The network. Yeah. So the most important thing is this, Barrister. I also want to find out, in your experience, what has been the major mistakes that potential business people do or probably experience on their own path as shortcomings when they want to register? What has been your experience with people who want to register? Maybe they have mistakes, the error, maybe in approaching people or putting documents together.
Okay, for me, I feel some mistakes that some of my clients made was to choose names that were existing already.
Okay.
This kind of situation have put us in a fix because we had to start reserving name all over again, and it's cost. It's an additional cost. We have to pay for the process each time we reserve the names. So that is one of the issues I faced.
Okay.
And some people don't even know the nature of business, and some want to do everything.
They want to do everything.
They want to do logistics. They want to be caterers. They want to be in tech. They want to be in agriculture. They want to do everything, and it doesn't work that way. So most times this becomes challenging. You have to start streamlining them to their passion, to what they want to do, and to the end result.
Is there a limit to what you can do under business name compared to company limited? Is there a limit to what you can do?
Yes, there's a limit to what you can do. Just as I said, there are some businesses that requires shares, that requires higher shares, that requires, so those kind of businesses, you can't run them using the business name.
Okay. Now, because I actually want to get to know some specific things around the opportunities that you have if you do business name or if you do company, instead of business name. And I know that people keep talking about the fact that, I don't know whether it's true, you're a lawyer, but I said, okay, fine, if you're a limited company, you can raise shares, then you can actually get contracts or something that worth over 10 million naira. But if you are business, you operate as a business venture, there's limit to the kind of transaction you can make. I don't know whether it's true.
Yes, it is true.
Okay.
There's a limit to the kind of transaction you can make. There's a limit to even the loan you can get.
Okay.
For some of them, they feel, this is your nature of business. If we're talking about this amount, then you should register as a company.
Okay.
For somebody running a company, most times it's advisable that you have directors, you have people that you can relate with, because most of the mistakes people make in businesses is to believe that they want to take the shares alone, they want to run the business alone, and before you know it, the company starts growing, and then it outgrows your experience, it outgrows what you know, it outgrows your ability. So, but if you have people, if you have other directors, if you have people in your corporate governance, then it can help you to do better in your business.
Okay. Now, it's also very interesting for us to really consider, when you're putting documents together. So if I'm doing business registration now, I know there's a place where I won't be asked for so many things, compared to when I'm doing a company. Yeah. So now, for a lot of people who want to do business registration now, what would you say? What would you say to advise them?
Okay, for people who want to do business registration, I would advise you choose names that are not existing. Try to look at your nature of business and be sure that that business is actually in line with the business. Because there are some businesses that you feel, let me start small, and before you know it, in a few months, it's bigger than you can imagine.
Okay.
So try to weigh your options, look at your end result, look at your goal, so that you'll be able to fit into the best, you'll be able to choose the registration that is best for your business.
Okay. Yeah, you can still join the conversation going on. You can call in to ask questions. And the studio line to call is 090-2280-927. You can also call 09161047698 or 0811-052-6487. Barrister, now, the most important thing I also want to find out about this business registration thing or company registration, so to speak. You mentioned something about partnership. Okay, sole proprietorship, partnership. Are they different from when you're just doing business registration name? Are they quite different
No,
from
they're forms of business
Okay.
names. Sole proprietor, you want to run your business alone, you are the
Okay.
only proprietor.
Okay.
For business name, they are called proprietors.
Okay. Okay.
While for the company, they are directors.
Okay.
So you're the one running your business alone. That's a sole proprietor.
Proprietor.
Then when you talk about partnership, you have people, you have partners like I want to partner with somebody, but we are going to run the business under using this name.
Okay.
So that is partnership. That's the difference between the two. But they can still be registered as a business name.
As a business name. Okay. What qualifies one to be able to run a particular business? For example, I know if I run a business, if I'm going to set up a school, okay, I want to set up a school.
Yes, sir.
I'm not an educationist. I am not a teacher. I don't have experience in it, but I have money. I want to set up a school. You know, and I want to set up a school as a business venture. What will it take me?
Okay, let me first correct that. You can't set up a school as a business name.
Okay.
Recently, I think about 2 weeks or a week ago, CSC brought out a publication where it stated that schools should no longer be registered as a business name.
Oh.
And that all schools registered as business name should be converted to company.
Okay, we have a call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Pastor Amutajero from Bongon in Osun State.
Okay, good to have you on the program. So let's have your question.
Okay, I want to ask, if somebody register a business name, there's what they call annual filing of annual returns, something like that. What is the obligation of somebody that has registered a business name to the CAC?
Okay, you want to
That's the
respond?
question.
Okay.
So the person is asking.
About annual,
About annual
yeah,
return.
yeah. What's all about?
Okay, annual return is a mandatory statutory requirement.
Okay.
It's paid to CSA, and
Okay.
it differs. Business name is cheaper than that. It's lesser than that of the company. The company.
Okay.
It's if it is advisable. Usually, you must pay your annual returns at least 18 months.
Okay, to CAC.
Yes, to CSA at least 18 months after registration.
Oh, really?
Yes, this actually shows your existence as a company. If you do not pay the annual returns, you will still pay it later because you will need it. You
Okay.
understand? Because now the way the portal is, at some point people, even if you want to request for a loan, they will tell you to go and bring a status report, and the status report will either show your inactiveness or your activeness. Once you pay your annual returns, it shows that you're active. If you
Okay.
do not pay the annual returns, it shows that you're inactive. So if you do not pay the annual returns at that particular time, and it has exceeded the last day of June, that's June 30th of the particular year you're supposed to pay, then you would pay a fine. So for instance, where you've not paid your annual returns for 3 years, you will still pay the annual returns. Yes, in order to show your activeness on the CAC portal. And after a while, CAC believes that you're not active, so it closes down your name and your
Okay.
number.
So that annual returns is quite different from tax.
It's different from tax. Tax is to FIRS, Federal Inland Revenue
Okay.
Service, while the annual returns is to CAC.
Okay, because I'm actually getting to know that right now about annual return that you have to really. A lot of people, I don't know, maybe I can't say some people don't even know at all. Because a lawyer or whoever register for you should be able to educate you about this. That
Yes.
there's a provision for annual return
Yes.
that you need to pay. So, is there a percentage of what you make annually, or what exactly?
There's a standard price for business name. I think it's about, I'm not sure. I think
Okay.
it's about within 3,000 to 5,000.
Okay.
And then for company, it depends. The way the portal is, you have to impute the profits made and all. So I think with that, you should be able to know the amount.
Okay. So you pay. Is it so? You pay once or you pay annually?
It's annually, and you
Wow.
must pay before the 30th of June. And then the very first, if you just registered, like it's your first time, you must pay before. We must pay on the 18th month after.
Okay, after your
At
registration.
least 18th month after.
18 after your registration. Wow, that's quite interesting. Now, you were saying something before that call came in, okay, about when you want to do business registration, so to speak, and I was asking about who is qualified. I want to set up a school, and you know, I do not have education experience, or you know, I've not played within that field. And you're saying that CSC just made a publication that all schools that were registered as business should now be converted to what?
To a company.
To a company.
Yes.
Any school.
Any school.
Why?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I'm sure that they have their reasons.
Okay.
They have the reason. I feel maybe because they feel it's not in the category of the business name.
Okay.
So they feel it should be IM.
Oh, really? So far, it's a private school.
Yes.
Okay.
Or public, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing is this, because what I asked that question is this: you want to register a business or you want to register a company. At times they might ask you to provide your certificate of qualification.
Yes. I want to talk about it. The certificate of qualification is very important. It's just like a medical lab scientist opening. Okay, somebody that is not a professional in that field opening a lab. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So it's important that you are qualified so that you'll be able to correct the wrong.
Okay.
You have an idea, you have an understanding of the field. So it's easier for you to get things done. It's easier for you to contribute your own quota to that field and make it work well. It's just like somebody who doesn't have a passion in education. He just feels, oh, I have money somewhere, let me just start a school. No, it can't work, because at some point you will need that experience to get things done, and where you do not have the experience, then it fails.
Well, does that nullify the fact that I do not have experience, but I want to set up this company as an investor? Do I need somebody who is qualified to be a partner, or
you need a qualified person to be a partner?
to be a partner? Okay, that's quite interesting. Another thing, which of course, while we are preparing for this edition, somebody raised a question. I don't know what that can amount to. I register a company. Okay, for example, I register a company, limited liability company, and I have 2 directors there, and I'm selling the company. After some time, I just feel like I'm not interested. Maybe I'm relocating. I want to sell the company to somebody. Now, would they need to change a whole lot of things in the document, or would you need to go back to CAC to alter some things?
Yes, you need to change the directors. If the director is no more interested or is relocating, you need to change. That's why I talked about the the personality of the company. Company still runs on its own.
Okay.
It doesn't. The directors and change of directors, resignation or death doesn't affect it.
Okay.
So at some point where you feel that, oh, I'm relocating, I need to transfer the business to somebody else, you approach CAC, submit the necessary documents, and then they change the directors and the company keeps running.
Okay, they alter the,
Yes.
okay. Now, a lot of people want to go and do this by themselves. Okay, they want to go and do registration by themselves. They feel like, okay, accredited agents will charge me, and I don't have that money. And there's a portal or probably on a website where I can, follow the process and do it. But I discover a lot of people get stuck. Okay, and yeah, I wouldn't ask you this question, because if you were to be a CAC, I would say, why is it that people get stuck? Why do people get stuck in the process? What's your advice? Would you say somebody should go and do it by himself, or you need to consult an accredited agent? So what are the benefits?
Okay, just as you said, so many people get stuck. I received calls where people will be like, oh, I got to this point, I couldn't continue and all, because maybe of the language or of lack of understanding of what the page is talking about and all. I would always advise that even if you have to do it yourself, try to contact somebody that is vast in that area, somebody that can put you through, so that you won't just do what will not benefit your business.
Okay.
Because in a situation where you've imputed the wrong nature of business, or you've imputed the wrong details or whatever it is, it may be difficult to alter it. So I would advise that if you have to do it yourself, try to contact somebody that will put you through. And on a final note, I would advise that you, instead of stressing yourself, why don't you just contact somebody that can do it for you while you sleep?
Okay, that's quite lovely. Yeah, before you go, I also want to get to know something which is also very critical. If a company gets into trouble, don't let me say get into trouble now. If the company, have another problem, maybe got involved in maybe a case of fraud or something like that, and there are situations where CAC can actually shut down the company.
Yes.
So what are the situations?
Remember I talked about fraud.
Yeah.
I talked about mismanagement of funds. Okay, yeah. Mismanagement of funds could be a reason. In situation where there's fraud, then it unveils the faces of the people behind the company, and then it comes in. And then once the investigation is carried out and it's obvious that the company is just for fraudulent activities, then CAC has the right to close it down.
So it doesn't mean that once you register your company it's for life.
No, it doesn't mean that's for life.
Thank you, Barrister Nifemi Ajibade. What would you say finally to people who want to register businesses, those who want to do limited liability company, those who want to do NGO, those who want to do business name registration? You talk about association too. We didn't touch that. What would be your final advice to our listeners?
Okay, to our listeners at home, I would advise that you give that business an identity. You do what is right, pay your annual returns, pay your tax, and make sure you actually contact somebody that's an expert in registering the company, your business name, your association, and whatever it is that you want to register. It is very important because this would help your business. The person will be able to put you through, and then you'll be able to boom and excel in that business of yours.
Wonderful. Barrister Nifemi Ajibade is a corporate and business lawyer, and he's been doing a whole lot for people who want to register businesses. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
It's quite an interesting experience relating with you. I know when we call you again, you're going to come.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We're going to go on short break. When we come back, we'll hit brand nuggets. Don't go away.
I want talk my mind, oh. For anyone we feel relate, oh. Read the macula, yo. Sometimes it feels like success is a trap, and sometimes it feels like people don't understand. Cause the pressure plenty and the expectations high. Even your day ones were supposed to get your back. Sometimes they ones they fight, and everybody has an opinion on how you supposed to live your life. And even people were supposed to show you the way. Now the people they backbite. No be pride, no be ego. Sometimes I gotta change my mind. Sometimes I gotta stay behind. Sometimes I would have to say no. Sometimes I got to water out of my head. May this person no go drive me insane, no. So if you see me outside and I no greet you, no vex, papa, my head is full, oh.
Well, you're welcome back to Brand Nuggets, Still Consumer Voice. One thing that is very important today is that adding extra value to your business is very critical. Quite a lot of businesses are springing up, and don't be like every other person or every other business out there. Now you need to add extra value to your business. That makes your business to really get a whole lot of attraction, a lot of patronage. Your customer buys value, not just your product or service, because we are talking about extra value. Adding extra value to your product or service is really a competitive edge. It gives you competitive edge in the market. What makes people to become loyal and advocate for your brand or your offering is the extra value you add to the business. So adding extra value is very, very critical to your business. So there are critical 5 ways, okay, that you can add extra value to your business. Number 1, you need to repackage your product or service to deliver exceptional quality. What you call quality today will be different from what is going to be quality or term quality in the next few years. So apparently, don't remain on the same essence of quality in your business. You need to improve that, expression of quality in your business. So if it means that you need to repackage your business to deliver more value, you need to do that. Number 2, you need to improve your customer service, process. It's very important. Some business fail because their customer service process does not work or is actually obsolete. So how do you serve your customer? The people who interact with your customer, now how will people describe them? Are they very, very helpful, or they are caustic, they are hostile? So all these people had problem to your business. So if you want to increase your business value or your extra value to your business, you need to improve your customer service process. Very important. You have to make your offering, that's number 3, you have to make your offering to serve your customer faster and conveniently. We're in the age of convenience. If you run a business, you offer service or product that people struggled along the line of accessing that product or service. Oh God, you need to really think hard about this. It's very, very important. You need to look at how your business is delivered. Is it easy for people to, access? Is it convenient? So you need to look at those things and work hard at them. You need to work to make sure that your business offering is faster and is very convenient. Number 4, you need to innovate by adding new features and benefits. Every now and then, I keep talking to people about innovation. Innovation is at the center of successful business today. When you innovate, look at the process, look at the product. Do you need to change some features in your product? Do you need to really alter your service delivery process to ensure that, you have innovated? Because if you don't innovate, trust me, company that doesn't innovate die quickly. It's very, very important. You need to experience innovation and you need to deliver innovation through your business and through your product and service. Number 5, you need to provide expert advice to customer about problems that your product or service solve. Now, aside from the fact that you are selling the product, you're also selling information. We're in the age of information explosion. People are looking for help. So look at your product, look at your service. What extra information can you add that will make people to make informed decision? This is very important because when people want to make decision, they look at people who have helped them with information. So when they see that you keep helping them with information that is necessary, what happens? When they want to buy that product or service, they can actually come to you. It's important you put all this into consideration, especially when you're designing extra value to your business. And when you design extra value and you implement it, trust me, your business will be at competitive edge and it will deliver prosperity to you. My name is Oluyemi Omitola. We're going to meet next week on Consumer Voice. Stay cool, stay calm. Bye for now.
I won't talk my mind, for anyone will feel relate, reading my cooler, Sometimes it feels like success is a trap, and sometimes it feels like people don't understand. Cause the pressure plenty and the expectations high. Even your day ones were supposed to get your back, sometimes they ones they fight. And everybody has an opinion on how you supposed to live your life. And even people were supposed to show you the way, now the people they backbite. No be pride, no be ego. Sometimes I just change my mind, sometimes I